He criticized capitalism without a conscience. And that's what we have now. We have capitalism without a conscience. He showed the common man being fed through gears of the brutal, dehumanizing industrial age.
A terrible, stupid person, actually, that couldn't do the job well. And I fired him. And he sort of confirmed it. I don't know how he confirmed.
He spoke out against capitalism stripped of conscience. And that, he argued, is exactly what we face today. A system that runs without moral restraint. He portrayed the everyday man being chewed up by the relentless, dehumanizing machinery of the industrial age. Once, he recalled, he had to dismiss a hopelessly incompetent worker, a foolish man who simply couldn't do the job, as he put it. And somehow, that man managed to prove him right. How he did so, he wasn't sure. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. The latest round of hostilities began after Jim Carrey appeared on a late-night program, delivering a biting monologue skewering Trump's legal troubles, his furious social media tirades, and his endless claims of being a victim. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Thank you. The comedian, known for his unflinching political satire, had the audience roaring. But Trump, notoriously sensitive when it comes to jokes at his expense, was not amused. Within hours, he hit back on Truth Social with a post that mixed outrage with self-praise, branding Carrey a washed-up Hollywood failure, a third-rate comic, and claiming, in true Trump style, that Carrey's career collapsed because of Trump derangement syndrome. He even made the strange claim that Carrey was less funny than sleepy Joe Biden, a remark that left many bewildered. But the real question remained, did Trump's counterattack hit the mark, or did he simply hand Carrey more material to work with? Given Carrey's track record, the answer seems obvious. The Ace Ventura star has spent years turning Trump's public meltdowns into comedic gold, whether through his over-the-top SNL impressions or his viral paintings depicting the former president as a bloated, orange-tinted tyrant. In fact, Trump's furious reaction may have just gifted Carrey fresh ammunition for his next round of mockery. Sure enough, Carrey soon replied, in a now-deleted post, likely to avoid fanning the flames further, with a sharp quip. When a clown moves into a palace, he doesn't become a king. The palace becomes a circus. It was pure Carrey, witty, biting, and devastatingly direct. And it highlighted why Trump's attempts to out-insult professional comedians so often fall flat. This is hardly the first time Trump has feuded with celebrities who mocked him. Remember his clashes with Alec Baldwin, Meryl Streep, and even Sesame Street's Big Bird? Yet it's another reminder that such battles rarely end well for him. Comedians thrive on provocation, and Trump, with his quick temper and flair for over-the-top insults, provides an endless stream of punchlines. So while Trump may have believed he landed a knockout blow, the real victor here is Jim Carrey, who just received yet another gift-wrapped joke. And if history tells us anything, this won't be the last time the two trade insults, because when it comes to Trump and his critics, the show never really ends. The Trump-Carrey feud is just one chapter in the former president's long war with Hollywood, a saga stretching from his reality TV days through his presidency and beyond. Trump has always divided opinion in the entertainment world, but few seem to provoke him quite like Carrey. Perhaps it's because Carrey's comedy is so visual. His elastic facial expressions and physical antics make his Trump impersonations impossible to ignore. Or maybe it's because Carrey doesn't bother with subtle digs. He goes straight for the jugular. And Trump, whose entire persona revolves around dominating every conversation, cannot stand being the butt of the joke. Trump's comeback this time was classic Trump. Exaggerated, self-pitying, and laced with playground-style insults that felt like they were borrowed from a retro celebrity roast. While his core supporters may have enjoyed it, the wider public response was mixed. Many saw it as yet another sign of his inability to handle criticism, a defining trait throughout his political career. Meanwhile, Carrey's fans, and even some neutrals, couldn't help but laugh at the irony. A man famous for belittling others was being outplayed by a comedian who made ridicule into an art form. This particular feud also mirrors America's broader cultural divide. Trump stands for a brand of brash, unapologetic defiance, while Carrey represents the liberal Hollywood establishment that Trump and his base love to rail against. Their spats aren't purely personal. They're symbolic skirmishes in the ongoing culture wars. For Trump, every celebrity jab is a chance to rally his followers and frame himself as a victim of the liberal elite. For Carrey, Trump's time in office and beyond has been a goldmine of material, inspiring some of his sharpest work in years. So, where does it go from here? If past confrontations are any indication, Trump will lash out whenever he feels slighted.
Of his day, its worst evils, hatred of immigrants, contempt for the truth, greed, and the abuse of power. We are fighting those same evils today. In America, in the United Kingdom, across the globe. And we need to be clear, shamelessness is not and will never be a superpower. It is the mark of a villain. Kidnapping children is not what great nations do. Almost half of America at this moment believes there is a sinister deep state diabolic.
And Carrey will continue to mock him in ever more creative ways. Both men benefit. Trump gets to appear as the strong man taking on Hollywood, and Carrey cements his image as a fearless satirist. For the rest of us, it's political theater, part cringe, part comedy, and a reminder of just how blurred the line between politics and pop culture has become. The real lesson? Trump, for all his bravado, still hasn't figured out how to deal with comedians. He can insult them, threaten them, or try to shout them down, but he can't stop them making him the punchline. And as long as he keeps reacting, they'll keep coming back. So while Trump may have erupted at Carrey this time, the comedian is almost certainly already crafting his next strike. In a battle between a politician who can't take a joke and a comedian who lives to make them, history tends to pick only one winner. Carrey has long warned of politics at its worst. The hatred of immigrants, the disregard for truth, unchecked greed, and the abuse of power. He's argued that these evils aren't relics of the past. They're alive today, in America, in the UK, and around the world. And we must be clear, shamelessness is not a strength. It's the mark of a villain. In Carrey's view, snatching children from their parents is not the act of a great nation. And when he first compared Trump's administration to a rabid dog during those turbulent years, the metaphor made headlines for its sheer brutality. Looking back, many see his words as almost prophetic, with his warnings about Trump's leadership style and threat to democracy now validated in ways few anticipated. Carrey's mix of absurdist humor and genuine moral outrage created a unique framework for talking about Trumpism. He channeled public anxieties into vivid, unforgettable imagery, his rabid dog, analogy capturing the helplessness many felt under Trump's unpredictable, norm-breaking rule. This was more than political opposition. It was a diagnosis of dysfunction, wrapped in comedy. Carrey didn't just analyze Trump. He embodied him, exaggerating his quirks until the grotesque truth emerged. His SNL sketches and viral paintings didn't just mock Trump's image. They turned him into a walking horror show. Many at the time dismissed Carrey's warnings as overblown. But events like January 6th, Trump's continued election denial, and his ever more extreme rhetoric have vindicated those early fears. In hindsight, Carrey saw what many refused to, that traditional political criticism might not work against a figure who played by the rules of reality TV drama, not politics.